many pips it should at least reach before you think it's okay to close 50% at BE? That's something you have to decide. You know, that's something you have to decide where you want to close 50%. That's something you have to really kind of like test and see where you're comfortable with. What I'm thinking is that now, obviously, I want this candle to continue bearish. And once we break the low on the 1 hour, I think there's going to be a much higher probability for price to continue down. But I'm looking at the 15-minute time frames here. And what I'm going to do is if this 15-minute candle breaks its own high over here, I'm going to be closing 50% positions at that point. If it breaks its own high right over here. But essentially what I want to see is this candle to break the low on the 1 hour, because once we break the low on the 1 hour, then there's a high probability for price to continue down. And then that setup is going to look something like we had day before yesterday. So let me bring it up over here. Day before yesterday, yeah, something like this right over here. You see here, candle closed like a small body candle. Next 30-minute candle broke the low. This is where we took sells for price to continue down. It's like the same situation kind of like happening right over here on the 1 hour time frame. If you look here, 1 hour, once we break the low, it's going to be the same idea for price to continue down.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Same as your yesterday 30-minute entry.
Yes.
Thank you, Raja.
You're welcome.
Broke 1 hour low.
Why do you not trade CAD-JPY when it correlates good with crude oil, lad? Because I don't know much about CAD-JPY. All right, perfect. We're coming down, securing 10 pips at this point, and letting a position run at break even right over here.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Secured some pips, secured profits. 10 pips in the bag, putting stops at break even, really expecting price to continue down towards 136.950. Gulag, if you took this trade, securing profits is a good thing. All the secure profits, right? And first thing in the morning, scammed everybody with a little bit of profit here. So congratulations, everybody.
You've been scammed again.
Now, yeah, now really expecting it to continue down here.
Thank you, thank you.
Nice trade, nice trade.
Yeah, thank you. So now here's the thing, right? This 30-minute candle, oh, it's only been 9 minutes over here. So you need this candle to stay below 137.100. If it stays above 137.100 and closes somewhere over here, then that means it's rejecting the support, and then there's no reason to stay in the trade. But if it stays below this area, then there's a very high probability it should continue down here and eventually, but please just start securing profits, secure profits, let runners do the dirty work, right? The dirty work here is going to be for price to stay below the support to continue down. So it's like you're protecting your generals, you're sending them home, and you're letting the soldiers die or fight or win or whatever happens. Does your strategy work on every pair? There's not a strategy, it's the way you read candles, and candles move the same way on all pairs. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator over here. The Chinese indicator is saying pound is weak, yen is kind of strong. Some people go by this Chinese indicator, some people worship it. I just look at this for like shits and giggles, right? Until someone giggles and shits. Can you say probability 5 times really fast? Probably not. I thought you said protect your genitals, though. Man, that's why you guys are in the gulag, man. These comments. Man, I think this was the easiest easiest one trade here for the day for me at least. I mean, I've been focusing on 10 pips for the past 3 years, 3.5 years, and slowly it's just kind of like grows. Oh wow, look at that retracement over there. Damn. Put stops at break even and just let it run. If it continues down, awesome. But if it hits your stops at break even, then it's still awesome. You tried. I'm new here. Do you do this every morning? I'm trying to learn how good trades trade live. See, now the reason you're not good at trading is because you lack the ability to do proper analysis. So if you did analysis of the description here of the stream, you would see that it does say that we're here every day from 6:30 a.m. Eastern, but that's okay. We only do it on Sundays and Saturdays. Today's just a special day. Oh wow, look at that rejection. See, this is why it's really important to just secure profits. Secure profits whenever you can, because these rejections, man, they're gonna get you. So initially I had a 2 lot open, and then once this candle opened new one, I opened another 5 lot. Price came down, I secured 5 lot, and then I put 2 lot at break even. So if it continues down, this is going to be a bonus trade, but if it hits me at break even, that's still pretty good. Up around 390 something for the day, so it should be pretty good. Now I'm thinking I shouldn't have opened my first position, which I closed in a 1 pip drawdown.
Raja, with the magic key, how do you close? You had 2 positions, 2 lots and 5 lots. With the magic key, how do you close one of them?
Oh, I close it on my MetaTrader.
Okay.
Yeah, I only use magic keys to like close half or to put like partial TPs and stuff like that. All right, let's take a look at this. This is took entries anticipating GU to come down similar to GJ, added second positions once price broke the low, closed both at this point, took 15 pips, done for the day. Oh, beautiful. Did GU go down the same way as GJ? Oh yeah, it did. It did go down the same way. Almost like 9-10 pips over there. Do you only trade during the Asian session? No, I don't trade the Asian session. Do you use the stream for self-control, avoid overtrading with others seeing you? I know people who stream and they still overtrade. I just don't overtrade. The streaming, to be honest, we started streaming just to show off like how disciplined a person can be. That's how the stream started in the beginning. And now the streams have taken a life on their own. So now it's just fun times. You come on, you take one trade. If it's a win, it's a win. If it's a loss, just make sure it's a small loss, and really helping people with that. Can you invite My Life real quick on your live stream to talk about his US strategy? I'd rather not talk on topics that shouldn't be discussed. So. Oh, look at that. Gold is breaking below that support and now it's continuing down. Should continue down. Let's take a look at your JPY on the 4-hour. Your JPY on the 4-hour. Let's do some fresh analysis here. So it's coming down to a support area. The 1 hour is going bearish, 30 minutes going bearish. I think there was an indication right over here. Once we broke the low and it's coming down. Now I guess we'll just have to wait for it to do like a retest to continue down. My runner is about to get stopped out on GJ here, by the way. Oh, actually, my runner did get stopped out.
I think it should continue down to like 137 flat.
Yeah, I agree with that. See, the 15 minutes are making lower highs and lower lows, and you have this, but you have this rejection right here in the 15-minute time frame. If this 15-minute candle breaks the high over here, then this rejection is valid, and then this support becomes a stronger support because a small time frame is rejecting it, and once this closes above this area, then obviously we're rejecting this area, and then price comes back into a ranging area up over here. But if we respect that previous high, then then you're right, we should continue moving bearish.
Right. So as long as it respects that high, doesn't break above, then I'm not closing.
All right, let's take a look at this chart here from the Gulag coming in for Euro JPY. Let's see here. Oh, okay, someone's looking for some resistance formation for sells. Looks good, looks good. Can it be a wick fill instead of a rejection? Yes. So it will be a wick fill if it respects the previous candle's high. Then it's going to be a wick fill. If it breaks that high, then it's not going to be a wick fill. And the 30-minute candle also closes in 12 minutes. So if it closes bearish, then it's a good position to be in because the next 30-minute candle, you're expecting it to respect this high and then continue moving bearish. Let's take a look at pre-markets, and then we're going to take a look at some US 30 charts over here. Even though I don't know, man. US 30 is pretty hard to trade. Best time to trade US 30 is possibly closer to NYC Open, the New York Stock Exchange. So pre-markets are pretty okay, pretty stable, not a big change here. Someone sent a chart here, so let's take a look at that at the same time. And let's see here. This is, US 30, what's this? Failed to break this area. If it closes below, we'll continue to retest support. Yeah, I think it's good. Like once we do close below, we should continue down. But if this candle closes bullish, then there's a probability it can continue moving up. Up, 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 up. Oh, kind of like zoomed in a lot over here.
Oopty-doopty.
Price is rejecting the low it made during London sessions. So if the high or low of price made a particular session gets broken, does it indicate price will continue moving in the same direction? Yes. So basically, this low was created after London Open. And if we start breaking below this area, then we should continue moving down. But if we reject this area, then it's going to be then we're going to talk about it if we reject this area. And the only rejection is going to be if the next candle breaks this high over here. Then we can say, okay, we have successfully rejected this area. But as long as price keeps making lower highs and lower lows, then you're counting on the volume to break this area and continue bearish. But man, this red background just gives me anxiety over here. In the beginning, I've seen so much red. When I see red now, I'm like, oh, no. Red is a bad color.
You get PTSD.
Yeah, I get PTSD.
Makes you feel like it's already a reason for it.
Yeah, it's like that TikTok. Oh, no. Yeah, it looks like GU is also rejecting this area. So now it's arranging over here. So GJ is now very important candle to close. If it closes like this, then it's just rejecting this area and we're going to be in a range over here. But man, listen, if someone took this trade and you secured profits, just be happy you secured profits. Just be glad you secured profits. If you made $10, you made $20, you made $25, $5, you made some profits. You know, man, listen, trust me. I know people who will make $600, $700 every other day, and then they will lose all that and more due to overtrading. So if you're up $5 and $10, man, just be happy you're up some amount. Yeah, see that? Now we're
Yeah.
rejecting that area here.
Yeah, it closed.
Yeah, this is a rejection. We have another resistance here in the 30-minute time frame. So now this becomes a big, just like not a good range here.
Mess.
Yeah, mess. A big mess. Oh, someone made 1.18 billion. Oh, 1.18. Yeah, still pretty good. I'm trying to get my account back to even. Yeah, it's gonna happen day by day, you know, slowly. All right, I'm gonna be right back.
What do you guys think about this upcoming unemployment claim?
Say what?
I said, what do you think about this upcoming unemployment claim report?
For this week?
Yes, it's today, isn't it? Yeah, today at 8:30.
Let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I mean, last week it didn't actually do any impact, so uh, I wouldn't even be concerned about it.
Okay.
I mean, it's been like that for like the past 6 months.
Yeah. At this point, the market be used to it.
Yeah. Everybody, shush. Lost his mind.
Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. All right, what's going on? Bearish over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
still respecting.
Yeah, we're about to close bearish over here. But we're also rejecting the support, so it becomes very difficult at this point.
Yeah, I closed.
Do you ever consider to let a runner with a small stop loss? For example, yes, I do that every time. I do that every time. So, like, sometimes, now, this trade, it played out maybe in like 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Sometimes, you come to the charts and you can get your trade within the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes you got to wait maybe like in an hour and a half, 2 hours to get your trade. So the same thing, if you waited 2 hours to get your trade, you still called it a day. But if you waited, let's say, 8 minutes to catch your trade, you still called it a day, because the trade is a trade, right? So I got this one trade here this morning. This one trade here moved down, a small move down. I really anticipated it to continue down, and so basically called it a day in my mind over here. But I think this one winning trade. Looks like your JPY is continuing running over here. Why is EJ making better moves than GJ? It is what it is. Sometimes GJ makes better moves than EJ. There's obviously a lot to do with what's happening in the fundamental arena when it comes towards Brexit and all that stuff. I mean, there are a lot of things happening, right? So if you look at it this way, there are a lot of variables. Like you have the virus situation happening. At the same time, you have elections happening. At the same time, you have negotiations happening between the UK and the EU with regards to Brexit. So there's a lot of conflicting fundamental events that are taking place right now. I don't know, man, it gets pretty difficult here. I think if you're trying to swing trade, This is the worst time of the year to look for swing trades because of, like, you know, all those uncertainties that are happening now. Losing 1% in 3 days is a good sign of improvement, man. I think losing 1% in 3 days, it's amazing sign of improvement. Yeah, it's amazing sign of improvement. Like, I have someone in our group, before they joined, they were losing, like, let's say, like 20% a month, 25% a month. Now they're like, hey man, listen, I'm losing, but I'm maybe losing, like, let's say, like 2% a week, you know, 1% a week. So first, here's how the process goes, right? When you first start, you start by losing a lot, you know, and then you go on to losing less. Once you go on to losing less, then you stay at break even. You know, you're not winning big, you're not losing big, you're at break even. Sometimes you're in minor losses, sometimes you're in minor wins. You know, so that's the phase where a trader stays in for a very, very long time. And that's where the breakouts happen. Either the breakout can happen to the downside, where you get frustrated and you start over trading and over risking because you're not seeing the progress as fast as you want it to, or you're like, okay, like, you know what, I'm going to continue on this path, and eventually I'll be good enough to really, really tighten up my losses. And when you really get good at tightening up your losses, man, your winners, they start getting bigger slowly and slowly. And this takes months. You know, it takes months. Just like when you start a new job, it takes around 90 days for you to get out of your incubation period, and then you become like a permanent employee or whatever. You know, here's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. It doesn't take 3 days, doesn't take like 3 weeks. It literally takes months for your psychology to get built in, for your like, you know, what's that word, man? This language barrier always gets me. Well, you know what I'm saying, right? So it takes time.
What, your routine?
What?
Routine?
Yeah, like your routine, and really understanding that this is a long, long process. Like, it's I'm looking at GJ and I see previous resistance at 137. Price came back to previous resistance and rejected. Can we look for longs at this point? Down over here. See, here's the thing. If you look on the 1 hour, right? This area here on the 1 hour does not exist. But if you look on the 30 minute, this area exists on the 30 minute. And if we want to kind of like break down price at this point, it's going to get very, very difficult to break down price over here, because we have a resistance, let's say, up over here, we have a support down here. So this is a 26 pip range. Within this 26 pip range, there is this minor range right over here, which is, one is like 15 pips, one is like 10 pips, right? So this is 15 pips and this is 10 pips. So this is where there are eventually no trades at all at this point. I think now a trading idea would be below this area for price to continue down. But here, essentially, price is just ranging. So yeah, if you only trade GJ, there's nothing to do over here. What's this? Waiting on this candle to close bullish, anticipating to respect yesterday's support zone to continue up. Target over here. Okay, that could work. If I was looking for buys, I would probably look for buys about 137.380, because then I have these clean candles moving down, and then I'm anticipating price to, like, you know, mirror those clean candles to continue moving up in this 20 pip range. Even though it's a small range, but you know, that's where I'm going to be looking for buys if I'm looking for buys.
He's gonna keep going down right now.
Ooh, someone took this sell here on gold. Do you think price could break through the support? See, it's gold. I mean, this is a very, very strong support at this time, right? So we are not sure whether price will break through that area or not, because that's a very strong support. If you look on 30 minute, you look on the 1 hour time frame, price held this support. This candle came down, it wicked through 1913 and came back up. us a strong support. I think if you're in sells on gold, you should probably start to look to secure profits at this point and let positions running. What's going on?
DJ.
We're breaking down.
Yeah. I made
a
that.
bridge.
I made that. That buy, like misclick buy, back.
Yeah, it should now continue down.
Yeah, I closed already.
Yeah, it should continue bearish. Man, if my stop was a little bit higher, I would have been safe. Because look, on the 15 minute, it didn't break the highs on the 15 minute. It stayed below the lows. Also on the 30 minute, it respected the highs. It broke the low here on this here too. If you look on the, someone's trying to use a mic, but there's something wrong with the mic. Can't really hear it. We also broke the low over here on the 1 hour. So it's pretty good now. We should continue down towards 136.950 first. Ooh, UK PM Johnson says time is now very short to secure a deal. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a buy stop. Imagine put a buy stop at 137.200 and Brexit comes in.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, Kervin? Actually, I'm going to do that right now.
No, no.
Put a buy
No.
stop at 137.200.
Then you say I set up bad example.
This guy, man. Come on, Raja.
He's not doing that.
He can't fish that, man.
Yeah, so I put a buy stop at 137.200. But if price slowly comes up, then I'm going to remove it, right? The only reason I have a buy stop is that if this says something about Brexit and it moves price up, it's going to get activated. I'm going to get a quick win, and then that's it.
Back me up.
Yeah, I think,
Imagine the order got activated. You just live like 50 minutes and they come like all the way down.
oh wow, I know.
Let's say your order got activated by a slippage of 15 pips, and then your stop loss is gonna be slippage by you're dead for the week.
Yeah, it's nice.
Basically, that happened to me on Tuesday or Monday, whatever. Both ways, I got slipped.
Both ways. My first day out of the gulag. Congratulations. 10 pip on GJ, 10 pips on gold. Nice start. Thanks to Raja and team. Done for the day. Oh, beautiful, man. Have a good day today. Yeah. Awesome. Do you still have that buy stop? Well, it says on the screen over here, so yes, I have the buy stop. But if someone's trying to copy this, I would say please don't copy this. Probably makes more for this group and YouTube and Magic Keys. I think I did around. I did a lot this year. Oh.
Oh, baby.
Mac, you really need to relax with your uneducated, like, I mean, come on, man. Where you from? Are you from?
From the jungle.
That's not me the one talking.
No, but like the comments, like, I mean, I just, yeah. It's what we call in our language Pendu, you know, pendus. Pendu.
Pondi.
Yeah.
What is that? Tell me
It's
more,
like
man.
it's
Tell me
like
more.
it's like pendu, you know. It's like I mean, I don't know, man. Mac, you're a very nice person. I like you. We're friends, but like sometimes,
Uncivilized. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
yeah, you know,
like unfiltered.
yeah.
You're not the first one to say it.
It's the first
Don't
thing
worry,
that
Raja.
comes through my head. It goes out my mouth.
Yeah, there should be a
You know what
thought.
I'm saying?
There should be a thought processor over there. There's no
Yeah,
processor.
The CPU's burnt.
Yeah.
The
Alright.
CPU's burnt.
Let's see what this means.
Uneducated accent.
The one who
Like
lives
a-
in a village. Yeah, pendu.
Like a redneck.
Yeah.
Get it on, boy. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna shut up for now.
Yeah, so I mean, it should. I mean, whoever's in these cells on GJ, awesome. Perfect. You're gonna have a very, very good winning trade coming down to 136,950. When you have a buy stop, will you also input your stop loss or just entry point? It's just gonna be entry point. I mean, if it activates it, I'm gonna close it ASAP. But if price comes slowly above overhead, then I'm gonna close the buy stop. So I only have that if a Brexit announcement comes in. It's a big if. But I'm already done for the day over here. Alright, what's this? CHFJPY entry at candle close. Candle low got broken. I think in this area, I think your entry could have been much better right over here when we were breaking the low at this point here. Because if you took a sell over here, this is like selling the low, and you don't want to sell the low, right? Selling the low means you're expecting price to continue, but what can happen is price can essentially come back up, retrace, create like a minor resistance, and then continue down. So you have to be very careful of that in future. Thanks, guys. I'm done for the day. Thank you, Raja. Thank you. Thank you. Take care. Jaden, have a good day. Yeah, so basically I have to wait over here. Alright, this 15-minute candle is also coming to a close. It's closing below this area. This gives it a very, very high probability to continue down. Right here, 136,950. Boom, boom, come down. And also we're moving into NY Open here as well, and NY Open volume can also continue pushing it bearish. Yep. Yeah, Josh. I wonder the same thing. How many buy stops we have at 137,200?
When is the Brexit news expected?
No idea.
Wow.
See, if we knew that, then we would always make a lot of money because Brexit just moves up, right? They're just anticipating. It's anticipated. Uh-oh, so look at this 15-minute candle. We look at this 15-minute candle. 15-minute candle closed above this support over here. So this means now it's in a ranging situation at this point. And currently price is approaching the buy stop at 137,200. I don't like how it closed above that support. If it closed above the support, this means there's now price is going to range in this area over here.
got activated?
It got activated.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
It got activated at 137,200. Wasn't really expecting it to do this, but it got activated, and it pulled back, and I'm looking to get out of it. Because I don't want to stay in this trade anymore. Yeah, I got out of it. Makes no sense. That was a mistake. There you go. Do you consider chart patterns? No. Well, sometimes. It's mostly candle patterns, mostly, not chart patterns. Man, it moved up so fast, activated, came down, and I lost 50% of my profits for today. So now I'm really done for today. Yeah, I was up about $380 and I'm only up like $143. So I'm done for today. I'll take these $143 and that's it. So whoever's still holding, whoever copied that buy stop, good luck to you. You really got scammed today. Honestly, if you copied it and you didn't have the brains to just close it, you really got scammed today.
Honestly, fam, that was a dumb mistake.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was a super dumb mistake.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it because I had already said a couple times before. I'm like, let me stay quiet this time.
Nah, but you know, when you do some mistakes, you gotta be accepting the fact that you did a mistake. That's
Yeah.
how you learn.
That's why you got friends here, like you.
Yeah, man.
So we could
Right, I know how I love them.
So we could
If
scold
there's
you.
something wrong, I'm gonna tell him.
But no homo, right, Corinne?
Hey,
No, the thing is that you should always be on the ball. You know, I was expecting price to, like, if there was supposed to be some Brexit news, I was expecting price to just plow through it, right? It came up towards 137,200, activated the position, didn't go through it. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. So instead of now hoping it would go, I decided, hey, like, you know what? I'm just gonna close the position because it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So if someone's who's still holding that buy stop, hoping it's gonna go up, well, hope is not a strategy, and you're gonna learn that today. That hope is not a strategy. And if you over risk, if you used a bigger lot over here, oh man, you really got stuck in the gulag. So this is where patience comes in, discipline comes in, you know, experience comes in. So here's a sound effect for that buy stop here. Whoever's holding those.
Don't laugh, man. Don't laugh. There's a lot of people who took that buy stop.
Yeah, but you should just close it. If it's not going, just close it. Because if you don't close it, and if you hold it, you're gonna go in a drawdown. And then when you go in a drawdown, then you're gonna overtrade. And then you're gonna overtrade, and then you're gonna see price move again. You're gonna take another trade, then you're gonna take another trade, and things are just gonna go super duper fucking bad. You know, like I was up $380 for today, right? Who makes $380 first thing in the morning? I don't know anyone who does that except, you know, people who trade.
In 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes, yeah. And then this buy stop, it basically activated my position, and I lost 50% of those profits. Now I'm only up like $143. And that's still good because I made more money than someone makes working 8 hours, and I'm still happy with that. You know, I'm not gonna go to Instagram and see, oh, someone made 10,000, someone made $500,000, I'm gonna be happy with what I did. $143, more than enough. Because I remember when I used to work in a factory, bro, I was making $80 a day working 12 hours.
Yeah, man. Tell me about it.
Yeah. And that time only lasted for about 2 months, because then I started working on the oil rigs, made more money. But, wow, look at that. This thing is still bearish over here. That was a huge, huge retracement.
Hey, you think I'll
playing with our hearts today?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the Zoom chat and I'm gonna go in the gulag today. I think I belong in the gulag.
Good question. You think I'd make a good oil rigger besides coal?
Yeah.
Gonna give it a shot?
Oh, might as well.
Yeah.
Move to North Dakota.
Give it a shot, man. It's pretty good. I mean, take a look at this here.
Hey, man, gonna do it.
Mac the oil rigger.
Drilling rigs. This is what you want to be on. There.
Yeah, North Dakota, right?
Yeah. Service rigs. Service rigs are pretty small. You want to be a floor hand or a lease hand.
Okay. I'm learning.
I started from a lease hand. Look at this.
Start from the lease. Okay.
You make 23 to 39 an hour.
Okay. Do they take
To be
your back-
honest,
Do they take
to
your
be
background?
honest, it'll be nice working with a guy like Mac. You know, it's always fun.
Yeah.
Do they take backgrounds?
That's a good question.
No, not really. I mean, they
Not
do.
really.
They do, but they prefer people who've been through hard times, because they're not gonna bitch and complain about work.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm down. How far is North Dakota from here? I'm taking over.
Over.
Hey, I'm from North Dakota, bro. What you talking about?
For real? Legit?
Yeah, I live in North Dakota.
Oh. Do you see like a lot of oil rigs around there?
I used to work in the oil field.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So what do you do, like?
I was a flowback. I was just flowback.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Might as well just.
It's cold down here, though. Can you handle it?
No, I know. I'm from New York, so I go get a little chilly. Thing about the oil rigs is like, I like the mess, and then the cleaning part.
Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. So we got 5 minutes left for this 1 hour candle to close. This chart is being sent from the gulag. Oh! Your JPY candle broke previous consolidation, took a sell over there, overall target was there. Oh, beautiful. Worked very well. So this candle is about to close in 5 minutes. 1 hour candle is closing below that candle. I mean, this is just perfect for it to continue bearish. This 1 hour its final destination should be at least 136,950. Right over here as well. 30 minutes. Also closing below this area to continue down. Man, I'm still cheesed about that buy stop. That's okay. What do you think about a sell when this candle closes below support? Let's take a look here. So once this candle closes and you're looking for sells, yeah, I think it could be valid. It could be valid, because now if you're looking at a 30-minute time frame and this candle closes bearish, and if you do take a sell, now here's where you're managing risk, right? So let's say you take a sell at this point. So for explanational purposes, this is not that I'm in a trade over here. This is just explanational purposes right? So let's say you take a sell over here, your target could be like down here at like, let's say 136,950, your stop loss is up over there, and you take a sell. Now, essentially, someone could say, hey, like, you know what, that's a pretty big stop because there's only one candle that's breaking out, and this could be called the breakout candle, and you're expecting the next candle to continue down bearish. Now, if it goes in profits, that's well and good, right? But what would you do if you take the sell and price starts closing above 137, 120? So now we're going to go into a 15-minute time frame, and if we get candles closing above 137, let's say 100 or 120, then you have the ability to cut down your trade, right? To maybe reduce some losses, or to, like, you know, really say, hey, like, you know what, I don't feel comfortable in this trade, I'm going to reduce my risk. Because if the 15-minute candle is closing above this area, that means the 30-minute candle can retrace to close above this area as well. You know, and we do know for price to continue down, we need price to stay below 137, 100. So when you're running in profits, you're letting them run, you're securing at break even, but when price starts running in drawdown, you're looking to see how can you cut your drawdown in half. You know, because if price hits your stop loss, you're going to lose the whole stop loss. But if you secure some losses over here, then it's the same thing as securing wins, right? So you took the second trade? No. This was for explanational purposes. This was for if someone is taking a sell at this point for price to continue down. What's this? If this candle closed bearish and below support, we'll wait to create new resistance on low time frame to go short. Yep, looks good. Let's take a look at GU here. GU here is also moving the same way as GJ. Man, oh man, this is going to continue falling down.
The good thing on GJ, there's a lot of room for the 4 hour to close around 136,800.
Yeah. Yep.
You go to the 4 hour, you're gonna see that nice clean traffic to the lot. It's going to the 800, trust me.
Yeah, I think I explained that sell very well now. For price to
Yeah.
move bearish.
Yes.
Now she hit your target, right? 8 a.m.
Yeah, it should. We should see a little bit of retracement and then a swift move coming down to 136,950. Just straight down.
Straight, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Hey, Wix not lie. Here is plenty of people who don't speak English, so they watch the setup and for sure they are selling. Yeah, and I think it should work for them for price to continue down. Do you think this is a scary for a sell? Well, it's Halloween, so it shouldn't be scary, right? Oh. This is GJ, 30-minute, approaching this rejection area and really anticipating price to continue down. See, here's the thing. So if you're now, this area could be like a rejection area, right? This is why I explained how you're going to manage a loss if price starts breaking above 137, 100. But you're really counting on the fact that we had clean moves coming here yesterday. Remember at NYC Open, we were waiting for candle to come up, so I took a loss over here. And at New York Stock Exchange Open, we had to move up, clean candles. So we're really expecting this whole move up to be corrected by the next candle coming down. Because this move up happened in time of high volume, and I think this move down should now happen in time of high volume as well, which is NY Open. What do you guys think of the idea of entering easy right now? I got stopped out in my previous trade. I already gave out that idea earlier on. Gold is rejected. Oh, Mr. Mohammed Sadiq is going nuts here in the Gulag chat. this is a very crucial area at this point. Either with volume, we'll see a move down, coming straight down, or we can see a rejection. But if we do see a rejection, price will need to close above 137.100 to sustain the rejection of this area right over here. But if it stays below 137.100, then there's a possibility for it to create like a resistance and possible second opportunity for price to continue bearish. But if price just continues falling, then that's going to be a bonus move for someone who's holding sells from up over here.
Yeah, the Q will be to break this low right here.
Hey Raja, which flashlight do you recommend? I don't know. Maybe like the one you have on your phone? This one?
No, you know what a flashlight is?
Yeah, flashlight, man. This is a flashlight. This is how they go looking for setups. Do you have setup over here? Do I have it over here? I add buy positions on buy stop here, almost margin called. What should I do? I think you should just stop trading. A lot can happen in a few months. I prefer analysis from day to day to week. Yes, that's true. Why 136,950? Appreciate it if you can clarify it. Yes, so basically I would suspect price to come down towards, 136,860 because that's where the support was yesterday. But obviously we wanted to come down over here, but like 136,950 I say is because it's a safer target. It's not all the way down to the support, but it's like in the middle of this area right over here. So if you look to the left hand side, this is what we have, right? So let me remove this zone over here. And this is the consolidation we had yesterday, right over here. We had a support, and then we had a resistance forming at this area, right? This was a consolidation. So currently, price is coming down to the resistance of the consolidation from yesterday. If price comes below 137, then that means it's coming back in this range over here. And if it comes back in this range, then there's a high probability for price to continue down towards 136,830, right? But we want to be careful with our take profits. We want to be a little bit conservative. That's why I'm aiming for, 136,950, which is in the middle of this previous range here. But if price starts rejecting this area, then that means it's rejecting because there was a resistance formed here, and then we will count on the fact for price to hold 137,100 so that we can continue back down again. But if we close above 137,100, then we're having a strong rejection from this point, and then we can no longer continue down. Hope that made sense. Made sense to me.
Oh, look, it's breaking.
Yeah, it should continue down. Please someone explain how to count pips on GPJPY. Yeah, so let me explain how to count pips on any pair you have, right? This is a bonus live stream education here now. So you open the calculator, any calculator, and you look at the price. Let's say the price is at 137.042, 137.042, and if you want to measure pips till 136,950, subtract 136.950. So there we go. It's a difference of 0.092 multiplied by 100, 9.2 pips. Right. So that's how you calculate pips. Basically, pips is basically the difference between two prices. That's all what pips is. Or you can use a ruler. Someone mentioned that in the gulag. Put a ruler on the screen, kind of like do this, and then measure.
Centimeters or inches?
Centimeters, and then when you're drawing your support resistance, take a level, and then kind of like see, support looks good. Resistance looks good.
And then you get an Allen key, stick stick it in your computer.
I have all the tools here, man. I have all the tools over here.
This is the only tool that I have in there. Allen keys.
Look, and if you want to enter your positions, you got to make sure you screw them in. Make sure your entries are screwed in.
I got an Allen key.
I gotta stop.
Yeah, that's it. You're getting too
I
mackie.
gotta stop. Yeah. Getting too mackie. Yeah, I gotta stop now. All right. Would you say the weekly and daily candle structure are key to your daily success? I don't think so. I think the key to daily success is to focus on what the current price action is doing, right? When we came through the charts, we saw price was making a low. It was kind of like retracing. Eleanor was holding a stream over here, and they were basically looking at resistances to be formed. And candle closed bearish. When this closed bearish, I didn't worry about the daily or the weekly or the 4 hour. All I worried about was that, okay, we made a low, and there's a high probability for price to now retest that low. And I took a sell, price came down, retested that low, took profits, and that was about it. Should continue. Alright, we're breaking the low in 30 minutes, we broke the low in the 1 hour time frame. Just beautiful. Should continue down towards our target area, 136.90. Thank you for explaining the pips. How do you calculate the price per pip? Because I observed that some pairs produce more money than the others. Yeah, because the reason why pip value is different from pair to pair because of the foreign exchange market, right? If you're trading gold, let's say you're trading gold on a US dollar account, what you're going to find is that every dollar move on gold is equivalent to, like, let's say if you use a 1 lot on gold, so every pip move on gold is equals to $10, right? But if you trade GPJPY, so every pip move on GPJPY is going to be around, let's say, $8. If you trade let's say AUD New Zealand, is going to be around 7 point some dollars because of the currency exchange. You know, some currencies are valued lower than others. What's this? UncleBullGroup.com. Okay, yeah, we have our risk calculator here. You know, this is what I used to use in the beginning, and yeah, before Magic Keys, I used to use something like this. I had to enter everything, and yeah, so like this is a very good resource here. Let me put this in the Google chat. Wow, man, gold is really flying down over here. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. Yeah, we can continue down towards 1907 at this point, the way it's moving. Maybe some support area at 1908, but US elections will affect GJ. Yeah, it's gonna overall affect the yen, so that's gonna affect GJ, yeah. this is going to continue down. All it needs to do is to stay below this area here now. The half the 30-minute candle. What's the delivery time for Magic Keys to Netherlands? Around like 2 weeks, I'd say. 2 weeks, a week and a half. It's free shipping, by the way. Get tracking as well. Raja, is it not that when USD is affected, it affects basically all the currencies, as all of them are interrelated? Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a correlation, right? I mean, if there's going to be a big change on the US dollar, what's going to happen is that if it's a big change in US dollar, GBP USD is going to be affected a lot, right? Because it's correlated with the US dollar as well. But GBP JPY may not be as affected as GU because it's not directly correlated, it's only correlated due to the yen. So that's how I see that. You can consider calling Subisadi as guest if you want. Oh, okay, let's look at this over here. Let's take a look at the situation. Global effects. Nice, so following one person. I'll be. Yeah, I'll be right back. 15
Once again, have a beautiful day, gentlemen. Once again, it's a pleasure.
All right, good. Bye. Be safe, Jane. US dollar is strong.
Mac,
What's up, Kev?
you got any siblings?
Yeah, I got a sister.
Well,
In
okay.
Tampa. Why, what's up?
I don't know, just asking, man.
He wants to be your brother-in-law, man. Come on.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Tone it down a notch right there.
Oye, cuñado.
Hey, she's
¿Qué
in
pasó,
Tampa.
cuñado?
Okay. It's not that far from Kev, so let's not keep on talking about it. I mean,